As a first-time homeschooling mom, I'm quickly learning how much stuff comes along with homeschooling. There are books, there are manipulatives, there are resources, there are files, there are workbooks, there are curriculum books, so many things, and it can easily be overwhelming and hard to manage in the day-to-day when you have to pull out this book and pull out this book and pull out that curriculum book, get these manipulatives. So I came up with a solution using a binder, a weekly, daily binder that we use every day, and I want to show you how I took our curriculum workbook, unbound it, put it in there, added a bunch of different resources to really make our days more smooth. So we're limiting how many different workbooks and things we're taking out at a time and just making it really easy to focus on what we need to do today. And I'm excited to share it with you today. Hey guys, Sarah here. If you are new here, I am the mom to 3 little girls ages 6, soon to be 4, and just turned 1, all girls, so it's really loud and sassy in our house, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And I just love to show how I create balance that sticks in my life and how you can too. I am a working mom. I was a teacher turned daycare provider. Now I run this online business, and I will share with you something exciting in the end of this video that I am launching to help other busy moms as a big part of my business. But I also am homeschooling my 6-year-old and my 4-year-old for the first time this year. And I'm excited to just share with you guys along this journey. A lot of you guys wanted to hear what I'm doing. I'm no expert in homeschooling, but I feel pretty good at making systems that work for us and teaching others to do the same. And I just like sharing. I love getting ideas from other people, and I love to give my ideas as well, and maybe you'll find them useful. So the curriculum I'm using this year, I've talked a little bit about in my unboxing video and my plans for the fall video. You can go watch those, I'll link them below. But I'm using Heart of Dakota, Little Hearts for His Glory. The cover looks like this, but I unbound it, which I'll explain in a second why and how I did that. And then I'm also doing Classical Conversations, and we are doing The Good and the Beautiful for language arts and math. So that's a lot of different things floating around. So I wanted our main daily curriculum to be as streamlined as possible and easy to use. So one tip I have before launching into the actual binder system is if you have a curriculum you use, which most of us do have some kind of curriculum that we use, find a Facebook group for that curriculum. Even Heart of Dakota, which is not a huge curriculum, has a massive loyal fan base, and so the moms that use that curriculum have different Facebook groups for each level of the curriculum, and so you can get added to those Facebook groups, which are just great resources. You can learn lots of ideas. It's how I learned to unbind my curriculum book and why that might be helpful. But also they might have different resources in the files. So that group has so many amazing files that people have created for notebooking, for timeline cards, for memory verse cards that are all free. And so I downloaded a ton of those resources that will just really help us in our day-to-day, but I needed a good way to organize them and make it easy for me. So I'm going to explain in this video how I did that. But that's just a little tip, especially if you're new to homeschooling. Find the Facebook groups, they're so helpful. So let's talk about why and how I unbound my curriculum. So the main curriculum book comes as a bound book. It's not spiral bound, it's just bound like a book. I liked that. It was easy to take around, but I could find that we would probably spill all over it. It would get glue on it, it would get coffee on it, pages would get ripped out. So if I'm gonna use this for 3 daughters minimum, I wanted the pages to last, so that's one reason why I unbound it, so that I could put them in page protectors. Just really helps. I also unbound it so that I don't have to use the whole curriculum book every single day. I only need to use whatever sheets we're using that day, or at the most I'll have a whole month in our daily weekly binder, but I can always take the pages out, take them outside, take them to Nana's house. Like, we could just take them wherever we're going. We don't have to take the whole curriculum book, which I really, really love and appreciate. So that's why I unbound it. The actual how of unbinding it, I showed on Instagram, but basically you just take an X-Acto knife, you cut off the cover, and then you can slide it in, and then I cut off on the side, it had the name Little Hearts for His Glory, so I put that plus ages 5 to 7, so I would know in the future which ones to grab for whatever year. And then I believe this is a 3-inch binder from Staples. It's their really great ones that open like this and are just really great. So to get the pages unbound, you basically just cut them. You kind of cut off the sticky adhesive that's on you know, the cover, the paper cover. You take the paper cover off, you kind of cut where it's connected, and then you just kind of cut away at the pages and they start to come off. It worked really, really easily. The longest part of this process was putting them all in sheet protectors. Took a long time. But now I can easily just grab them. If we spill on them, they're not getting wrecked. I can use a dry erase marker to cross off like what we've done that week or make little notes. I just love it, and it's just, I think it's a great system. But problem is though, I don't want to use this humongous binder. That's not helping my issue of carrying around this big thing all the time. So let me show you what I did with this. So here are my two binders. This is my daily weekly, which I'm gonna show you in a second, but I just wanna quickly show you the overview of this big one. So when you open it up, I just added a few things I got on the Facebook group, but you guys could always make your own, or, you know, just take this as just inspiration based on whatever curriculum you use. But they have guides for how long each box, which you'll see they each have a box for each part of the day. It says how long they're supposed to take, and so the longest amount of time. This is just to kind of help me see if we're taking too much time, not enough time, and we're kind of on par that way. So that's for the whole curriculum throughout the years. And then it also has a breakdown of kind of like when you would use each curriculum, and then a tracker for when my daughter will be using each one, so I can keep track of all my girls. And then there is also a material list you can get on there, which I love. So every week, every unit, which I took out the first few pages and put in the daily weekly, so I can not need this notebook on a daily weekly basis. Just I'll pull pages from this every month. So every day of the week, it just says anything you might need, like around the house or that kind of thing. So I'm really, really excited. And it also says things to look for in the library. So it's perfect. And then I just have some sticky tabs to show where the curriculum starts. I also have the appendix in here, and then there are these rhymes in motion to learn different things, and so I have that labeled as well. This just stays on my shelf, and I only pull it out once a month as needed. So this is my daily weekly binder. This is like a 1.5 inch binder, I believe. A few things I haven't quite finished finalizing yet, so I haven't put them in, but I just printed off this school calendar, which I will link below. It's free from calendarlabs.com. I deleted any of the colors they had assigned in the text, and I just made my own little color system here that I highlighted. And I only did the first few months, but I kind of figured out how many weeks we could take off total or days and still get done by the beginning of June-ish. And so I just made a school calendar. That way I can kind of see where we're at, when we can homeschool, when we might want to take some time off, and how to fit that in. I also made this little why we homeschool chart, which I might frame or make look a little nicer, do on the computer and frame. I might want some inspiration to remind me why we're homeschooling throughout the year. I have this little thing I thought would fit in here. It's just if I have different notes that I want to take throughout the week, I can put them there. This I also got from the Facebook group, but you could make your own. So basically somebody just went through and made this table. Every unit has a box, and every box has 5 columns, so you can put the date for that week, and then just all the different boxes that are part of the curriculum. So history, there's a rotating box with like art, science, gross motor rhymes, Bible study, music, handwriting, story time, phonics, and math. So those are my good and the beautiful program. But that way, you know, for governmental purposes, if they want to check what we've done, I have a record that's just a few pages long, which is great, of when we actually homeschooled, what days, things we did, and I can just keep this over the years so that we have proof that we, you know, did homeschool. Just think, you just never know what's gonna happen in the world. I want a record. So here is where every month I will go through and just pull things for that particular month. So there are a few things that I'll keep in here full time, which I'll show you. But for example, here's the materials list for units 1 through 5, because I have weeks 1 through 4 in here. Every unit is a week for this curriculum. So I just put that in here so I don't have to go into the other binder and figure it out. I just know exactly what I need to pull right here. Somebody also made this Magic School Bus episode list of different episodes that fit along with the different curriculum units, so I just kept that in here. And then I took, somebody also put the lyrics to the songs that we will be using to learn the verses. I just put that in here. And then somebody also made this map of all the different Thornton Burgess books that we're going to be reading. So it's got this, plus it's got these little characters that I cut out and labeled. And it's so cute. So when we're learning, it's kind of like, you know, if you've read Beatrix Potter, and she's got a map in there, and then you can kind of see where all the different characters live. There's this, I laminated them so it'll last, but I kept that in here as well. And then I also just kept a list of ideas for field trips. Okay, so I have a divider folder for each week. So they're different colors, and I just use tabs. And what I keep in here are just the different resources we will be using that I got in the Facebook group. So these are timeline cards that we will color and probably put on our bulletin board. So by the end of all the weeks, we will have a visual representation of what happened in the world, because this is a world history curriculum. I've got color sheets. I printed out one for each of my 6-year-old and my 4-year-old to color, because my 4-year-old will be joining in here and there. And then I've got copywork for the verse for that week with a coloring thing. And then somebody also made notebooking pages. So I'll just do that, and I might just staple all these together or just bind them at the end of the year or whatnot, or just keep samples. I'm not really exactly sure yet, but I just keep all that in here. And then I have a file system in a file box that I just keep all of these for the whole year. And so I just will pull that out once a month, get this set up, and then I'm ready to go. And so for the first week, I just put all of our curriculum pages for that week. So that's 5 different days of curriculum. The only hard part is this will have to move to the next section because at the end of the week, because they're double-sided. So that's Unit 2. But then if we're going somewhere, I can just take these pages out, or if we're gonna go upstairs, I don't even need to take this whole binder. I can just take out what we're learning right now, and it's really easy to do that, which I love. So I just have that for every single week. The verse card I put up on a little board that I already have up right now so that we can learn our verses, the coloring pages, the copywork, and any notebooking pages. So it's all in here. If we have different language arts stuff, like different readers we need, I will put those in as well. I just haven't really looked through that yet. But that way, everything I need, anything other than the actual textbooks or books or a workbook, is all in here. This is all I need in addition to any resources you have to actually use the resource for. So I just really love this because it's all in one place and easy to use, and I don't have to be pulling from 25 different places every single day. And in keeping with the spirit of making things simpler and easily accessible, I also am using this cart. I got this idea of using this in this way from Jess from the Homeschool Convert, who I followed for many years. She just started homeschooling last year and has an amazing channel, so go check her out. But I just love this. I kept all of our resources, curriculum guides that I need, that I couldn't put in here in our daily weekly binder that I just showed you. I keep right here so I can wheel this over to the table really easily and just grab whatever we need. And then I also just have a couple of resources here, like our magnetic letters, and then this busy book for my 4-year-old. And then I don't keep anything in the bottom because the baby would probably get into it, but I just have like our Bible, our reader for the Good and the Beautiful, handwriting for my 4-year-old, our history book, our other history book, our logic books, handwriting, science, just these little workbooks I can use for my 4-year-old, our classical conversations book, our language arts workbook for the Good and the Beautiful. We've got a children's dictionary. I also bought a couple extra things like this other science book from Master Books and More Than Words that Rebecca Spooner, who made the Gather Around curriculum and has a great channel here on YouTube. She created this. It's a great Bible faith workbook. And then I have these amazing Smithsonian animal book, trees, leaves, flowers, and seeds. And then this life cycle book. Got some loose leaf paper if we need it. And then our daily weekly notebook. So I can just pull this over to the table wherever we're at, grab what we need, put it back. It's very organized, very easy to find, and we're good to go. I hope this video was helpful. If you like this video, I'd love if you would subscribe and become part of our Glue Stick family. And if you like creating balance that sticks in your life, or maybe you're struggling with finding balance, or you want a community, you don't have a great community around you, or you just want to learn from other moms and have somebody to stay accountable to, let me tell you a little bit about my Work Life Glue box. It is a subscription box that is launching in January. You can join my email list to learn more and also get 3 free months of free boxes once it launches. If you are subscribed to my email list come December 1st, I will be doing a drawing. And the box has actual practical, awesome pampering, family, mom related, parenting related items that will make your life easier in a different area of your life. Every single month will be a new topic. And I will be sharing a lot more sneak peeks and behind the scenes in my email newsletter. And you can also follow me on Instagram to learn more. Plus, I did a whole video all about announcing this, which I will leave in the description. But I just wanted to share this with you in case it might be something that might bless your life. And it's just something I'm really excited about and part of my Work Life Glue brand and business that I'm building, and I would love for you to be a part of it. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time, guys. Bye.